Hi Libra, welcome to your monthly tarot reading with me, Raphael.rey from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. So, thank you so much for all of your continued support, all of your likes, shares, subscribes. It means the absolute world. For those of you that haven't, don't forget to click the subscribe button. And for those of you that are already subscribers, please click the notification button so that you get notifications when I post all of the new videos that are coming up. So if you haven't already, don't forget to check out the key to the eclipses video. It's up and has been for a while, and although we've already had one of the eclipses, it does go into the other two that are to follow as well. And also there is another video, a mini series that I'm posting called Retrogradia, and the first piece of that is already up, so don't forget to check it out. So before we start, I would like to bless both of these decks that I'm about to use with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's see what the month of August 2018 has in store for you, your actions and your interactions with the world at large. So you got the Nine of Wands. Okay, so your actions and your interactions is what you do. It's your enterprises. It's the decisions that you make to step forward into the world. So when you get the Nine of Wands, I usually see this as, it's like the feeling of not being listened to. Some people say it can be the soldier that's battered and bruised after a bit of a tuft, or after a bit of a period of challenge, let's say. And you know, it can definitely be that, but one of the things that as I said, I like to attribute to this card is the feeling of not being heard. So when I get this card, and when you get it in your actions and your interactions, this is asking you to take that experience or that feeling that you're having and to change it, to transmute it. Wands are ultimately about fire, which is all to do with your actions and your willpower. And you've got that in the fire sector of actions and interactions. So this is asking you to speak up. Where do you feel like you're not being heard? Where do you feel like you're not demonstrating your best? Or more importantly, where do you feel like you're not being seen or perceived at your best for what you truly have to offer? This is about having the experience or having the time to really focus on yourself and say, you know what, I need to be heard. I have something that I need to express. I have something that I need to emote. I need to get out there into the world. This might even see you this month deciding that you have a message and deciding what that message is, but more importantly, deciding how you're going to proceed to get that message out there to the world at large. It asks you to really dig deep, to honor yourself enough to say, I need to be heard, and this is what I want people to hear. This is what I want people to see when I step forward. So it's actually a good card because it kind of puts you in control of that. It puts you in control of that aspect of your destiny to say, okay, I've got something to say. I've got something that's worth being heard. So let's have a look at your money and your materials this month. So your money and your materials is all of your resources. It can be your home, your car, it can be your health, your body, but it's also your finances and your money and your materials. So you get the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords actually represents the experience that you have when you're moving away from a challenging period, when you're moving away from a difficult experience. So actually it's moving from difficult waters to calmer waters. So it kind of follows on from this, you know, and when we really take stock, when we really take responsibility for our own lives and how people view us and the decisions that we make and the actions that we take, we can start to really generate the kind of buzz and, more importantly, the kind of experience that we do want. So the Six of Swords in your money and your materials is asking you the challenges that you've had in those sectors, the challenges that you've had to your finances, the challenges that you've had for money. Have you had to be saving for a long time, and now all of a sudden you're in a space where you don't need to save anymore? You're moving towards that. You're moving away from that having to pinch the pennies, having to watch the pounds or the dollars or whatever currency you use. And it's really asking you to you know, enable yourself to do that and to accept that. One of the things, you know, when you see the Six of Swords, it is moving away from, you know, a challenging period to find calmer waters. But, you know, sometimes you really need to own that. And just like you're owning your actions and your interactions to say, look, I have something that is worth doing or worth seeing or, you know, worth hearing, this is very much in your money and your materials. It's the same way. You've had a specific experience and you're now moving on towards a better experience, and it asks you to do so, but you have to make that a conscious effort, because the swords are about your mind, they're about your intellect and your intelligence, and your, you know, and you're a Libra. You've got this stuff in you know, buckets of it, because you guys are very intelligent, you're very smart, you're very capable, and you know, this is about you now accepting responsibility for your financial security, accepting responsibility for your money and your materials, and the experience that you have around, you know, your perceptions of what abundance and prosperity happen to be. So the Six of Swords says that money will come in this month, and it will start to be an easier experience of it. You will have an easier experience of being able to achieve and accomplish more abundance or more finances for yourself. It's kind of like you're setting yourself up to move into a state where you can really start to generate some good, you know, some good finance or wealth or prosperity for yourself. It's a really good card to have, actually. You know, it says that the challenges are coming to a close, the challenges are coming to an end. And you know, that can only ever be a good thing. So next you have your communications with the world at large. I mean, you're an air sign, so communication, you know, speaking, writing, reading, listening, all of those things are really important to you, you know, and you have a good concept and grasp of those things. So you have the Hermit card. So the Hermit card is about, because it represents the sign of Virgo, actually. You know, which is analysing, it's scrutinising, it's making plans and making solid, concrete plans. The Hermit card as well is about having the experience of choosing to be alone as opposed to feeling lonely. And you know, there really is, it's a subtle difference, but there is a difference, and in that subtlety lie the vastness of the decision, or the conscious decision that you choose to make. So when you see the Hermit card in your communications, this is going to be you seeking out people that nurture and nourish and encourage your wisdom. This is going to see you seeking, you know, time on your own to reflect over where you've been, over what experiences you've been having of late, over the types of communication that you actually want. You know, Virgo isn't just about you know, the digestive system and eliminating things. It's actually about nurturing and nourishing the best of everything. It's about what you truly value. And this month, your communications, what you're valuing and what you're seeking to really get a handle on and express and experience, is a value, no, is a quality, rather, a quality experience of communication. So you're going to be seeking out the types of people and the types of conversation that build you up, that it foster and nurture the ideas that you have, that support and nurture the ideas that you have. And you know, you're going to be seeking those types of people, and more importantly, you'll be seeking to demonstrate that in your own life. It's kind of like, in fact, the words that come to mind is, I don't know if you've seen The Lord of the Rings, but one of the trees says, you know, we don't really say anything unless we believe it's worth saying. And this could see you having a quiet period this time. You know, these two cards as well are actually deeply reflective, and this card is deeply reflective as well. When you think about a hermit, they withdraw from the world so that they can analyze, so that they can get a deeper sense of wisdom. So the communication that you're having this month might not be a lot of it, but it will have a real quality to it, and that's what you'll be seeking from others, but it's also what you'll be seeking to put out there. You know, any information that you put forward, any communication that you have, you will be wanting information and communication that has a true quality to it. And then finally you have your Heart and your Hearth, which is all to do with your personal and emotional relationships. So this could be your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, you know, it can be your family ties, it can be your friendship ties, and all of the above, or any one of the above. You get the Sun card. Look at that, absolutely stunning. So for all the reflection and the recuperation and the rest that you take this month, it's a really good thing. For those of you that are in an established partnership, for those of you that are, you know, partnered, This means that your relationship this month takes on a real joyous and harmonious feel. It takes on a real quality of being conscious. It's like you're in it for the long haul, but you're in it, you know, you're present. You are here now. You are ready and willing and able to experience joy. And you know, from the cards here that surround this, it kind of suggests to me that you'll be stealing away with your partner. You'll be saying to them, you know what, let's do some travel, just the two of us. Let's go somewhere for a weekend. Let's go somewhere. And you know, it's like you're taking some sort of almost spontaneous travel between you, and through that travel it's like you deepen the bond that you have, because you're really conscious, you're really present, you know, you yourself, but also within your relationship and how that supports you and how you support it back. The Sun card is the lightest and brightest, most powerful card in the deck, because the Sun is everything in our solar system, you know. And when you get the Sun, it reminds you about the joy, the optimism, the consciousness, the feeling of life, the feeling of being alive. You know, when the Sun comes on your face, even if you don't necessarily like the heat or the warmth, you know, you can't help but smile, because it just gives you that upliftment. And when you see the Sun card, it adds strength and power, and it even lightens the experiences if they happen to be challenging ones that you have. So when you see this, for those of you that are single, the sort of person that you'll be drawn to this month, that you might be seeking out for partnership, will be somebody that is as light and as bright as the Sun, somebody that just makes you smile the second they're in the room, somebody that has a presence and a command about them. And it won't be sort of like bam, here I am sort of presence. It will be that calming, gentle, sort of nourishing experience that you receive from them. The warmth that you receive from them is the kind of relationship that you'll be seeking. For familial ties, this looks absolutely brilliant. It suggests good times ahead, happiness and mirth. And you know, for friendship as well, this kind of suggests that you'll be seeking out, you know, we've got all types of friends. All of us have got good, you know, different types of friends. The good time people, the people that we can talk to about anything, the people that we can bounce ideas off, you know. This will be you seeking to interact with the people that provide and nourish and nurture quality time. And it will also see you looking for quality time with your significant other if you are partnered. So your heart and your half and your actions is saying that it really is important for you to speak up. It really is important for you to decide what your message is, what it is that you want to share with the world at large. Your actions and your interactions and your money and your materials is asking you to be really clear now that you're moving into a new era of finance, now that you're stepping into a new understanding of what it is to be abundant and wealthy, and more importantly, you know, you're kind of owning that. It's like you're taking responsibility for it. You're acknowledging where you've been, but you're anticipating where you would like to go, and that's a really, really powerful space to be in. Your money and your materials and your communications, yeah, this is about you communicating the fact that you want quality rather than quantity. It doesn't matter necessarily how much of something you have, you just want to make sure that what you do have is the best that it can possibly be. It's about increasing the amount that you can get from what you already have. And then your communications and your heart and your half is, you know, this is light and it's wisdom. So you've got the quality and the analyzation and the you know, seeking of nurture and the seeking of knowledge even. And you've also got the Sun card there adding optimism, positivity, especially with these two opposite each other. This definitely says for those of you that are partnered, there could be some sort of surprise, oh, you know what, let's go and do this for a weekend. And it can be a time where you and your partner really deepen your bond, because you start to enjoy the moment and the space that you're inhabiting. It's like you're being here, you're being conscious, you're being present, because the Sun card is, you know, mirth, joy, blessings and all of that, but it's also consciousness. It's about, you know, being conscious, having, you know, shining light on something. And with the Hermit card there, it's about shining light on the wisdom and the quality that you need in your life at this moment in time. Your key to the month. The Star. I mean, the Star's a beautiful card because it represents hope, and it represents the understanding that what we have traversed, what we've been through, and where we end up are really, really important. It's just as important to acknowledge your journey as it is to acknowledge your destination. The Star card is actually ruled by Aquarius, and this talks heavily about your tribe, you know, people that are on your wavelength, people that understand you. The Star card itself represents hope, but it also represents a glimpse into the future that you can have. And you know, one of the experiences of the Hermit card is that sort of, I'm stealing myself away, I'm taking my partner away so that we can have some quality time together, and through that quality time together I can see where I'm headed, where I want to end up, what's going to be important for me for the future, what's going to be important for us in the future, because don't forget, it's you know, it's ruled by Aquarius, so it has that we feel to it. It's not just about me, it's about us. So Libra, it looks like a really good month for you. Lots of reflection, lots of deep understanding, lots of seeking wisdom, lots of hope and optimism for the future. And you know, don't be surprised. I would say to you as well this month, keep a pen and pad handy. You know, if you like to draw, if you like to write, keep something around you at all times so that you can scribble down notes, you know, instant quotes, you know, little quotes that keep people going or keep you going may well pop into your mind this month. So it's really important to keep some sort of medium, even on your phone, if you can type a note down. You know, make sure that you've got something around you where you can get all of your ideas and your spontaneous thoughts onto paper. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. If you would like a personal reading, you can reach me on the email address below. You can also donate to the channel on the link below, and you can also join me on Instagram now for various bits and bobs. If you haven't already, check out the Key to the Eclipses video. If you haven't already, check out the first in the mini series of Retrogradia, and I wish you an abundance of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance itself, and I hope you have an amazing month. Take care, and I'll see you very soon.